Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. I'm wearing my shoes. Hello, everybody. I hope y'all are doing well. Look, drop a number one if you can hear me up in the comment sections. Not if you can hear me in the comment section, but if you can just hear me, drop a number one in the comment section. Okay. I hope y'all are doing well. Let me get to my other screen here. Now, this computer, obviously, I'm not... Okay, we got ones all over the place. Let me mute this over here. We've got ones. I do appreciate it. And, of course, as usual, welcome, Emily, our friend. Our pillow fluffer, and well, this is actually the pillow fluffer right here. I don't know if you can see him. He's come to offer us a thing, but welcome, Emily. She is our friend, our wonderful human, and our moderator. And this is Oliver. Hello. What do you have to say about the events transpiring today in front of you, Oliver? He offers us a torn off foot of his little ducky. He carries the foot around and he offers it to you. It's very cute. I hope everybody's doing well. Now, y'all, we are going to do, before we get started, a test. Hello, Oliver, I know. We are going to come over here, and we're just going to try this. So, Emily will know what I'm talking about. I've been trying to hook up Nightbot to the thing here, and I might have done it. So, technically, we're going to see if this works. If it doesn't, we'll do it another time. It's totally cool. Subscribe. Let's just see. We're doing a little... We're doing, you know, we're getting tricky. Nope. Okay, so we'll revisit that. We shall revisit that. Sorry about that. I turned the volume off for a second, and Matt had to come turn the thing down over here for me. So, because it was loud, I forgot to turn it off. So I hope everybody's doing well. So we'll revisit the thing. Oh wait, hold on. They're at Nightbot. Hold on. There goes Nightbot. How'd that work? Wait, hold on. What is this? Hold on. What's this? Hold on. Do we need to change Nightbot? Is Nightbot being mean? Stop spam a warning. Okay, hold on. I need to change the settings. I'm just reading this right here. There's Nightbot. Uh-oh, Nightbot for caps. I subscribe. Okay, so I see. Yes, so y'all, I haven't taught Nightbot yet anything, so please don't take it personal if it's saying something to you. So yes, it's not letting cabs go. Sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry about that, y'all. I'm trying to get it going. So what is Nightbot? Nightbot is it's something that kind of helps you moderate the chat room or whatever. So we're trying to get it set up so that it can like. So honestly, Emily can definitely like enjoy the chat more. Okay, hold on. We're going to get rid of Nightbot for right now, though, because it's like totally deleting everybody's stuff. Okay, hold on, y'all, for 1 second. I mean, Nightbot came in and started just taking it. No, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's going off in here. I mean, my gosh, please hold. I mean, come on, Mr. Nightbot. We're just trying to have a little bit of fun. Let's come over here. This filter allows you to access caps. No. Access emotes. No. No. This one allows you to tell a customer. No. Okay. I think that did it. Okay, let's see if that helps. Okay, please help. This is turned into a little experiment. I changed it to where the emojis and the capital letters and all that type stuff, it was all set to like the most whatever. So let's see how it does now and see if that's any better. So technically we should be able to type, or I should, please hold. still have to figure out the whole point of it is the commands, but those don't seem to work. But it definitely blocks us all out for using the emojis. The commands won't work, but it's going to block every last one of us for using the emojis. It's gonna take the channel down. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, thanks y'all for being patient with it. It's an exclamation. I did Okay. Let me try that real quick and then we'll start talking. So watch, I'm probably spelling it wrong too. No, it's supposed to say like, oh, hey, subscribe and do all this stuff or whatever. But it's not doing it. Oh, thanks, Tammy. I appreciate it. I'll figure it out later. Because I'll end up doing this the whole time sitting here. I'll do like a live chat with the members or whatever, and we'll sit here and tinker with it and figure it out. We'll let it run in the background now and just see if it does anything. Because I felt like it did it earlier. Commands. I mean, it says testing 1, 2, 3. So that's one of them that is for the owner. This is a test. It's only a test. So let's see here. Let's just do this one last thing, then we'll get to the emotions. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going over some of the emotions from Sarah. So I actually prepared a couple of videos. Hold on. Yeah, see, it doesn't work. Oh, cool. Thanks, Judy. Yeah, I might definitely take you up on that. Oh, wait. It did work. So why didn't the other thing work? So testing worked. So then why is subscribe not working? Okay. Oh, thanks, Slow. I appreciate it. Slow gifted 5 memberships. Subscribe. Be sure to subscribe. I mean, we're just going to do this. Copy. We're just going to come right on over here. We're going to go. We'll do it like this. Let's see if it pops up in a minute because it took it a couple of seconds to come up. There it goes. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so Emily, I'll get with you to get your stuff hooked up on here. And then that way you're not sitting there typing all that stuff. Oh, y'all can't trust me. I just turned this way up. I'm sorry. Okay, so at least there we go. So we have that. Okay, so it's working now. We'll see if it kicks us all off the channel by the end of the thing, and if not, then we'll keep it. But definitely came in aggressive. I've got some side eye for the Nightbot. Okay, it's got a little bit of an attitude. Let's just be honest. Okay, so Sarah Boone. Here's the thing. So a couple of things. First of all, I do have a video on, which one is it? Okay, so I completely missed the motion, her last pro se motion about getting the videotape thrown out. Okay, and even though I went back, I was going through my email. Several of you sent me emails about this, right? And I apologize if I don't always get to answer, because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go through and see it. And I mean, if you saw my inbox, it's crazy. And if it's something like major in the moment, I'll be able to hit it back. But then sometimes I'll be like, oh, let me go get back to that. And then it's might as well be gone, right? So I was like, multiple people told me about this motion and I completely missed it. So I recorded a video. It's going to go out tomorrow. Then I recorded another one on the motion, but we'll go over it today. This kind of prompted the live chat. Because the defense is like, oh, no, we're not buying the whole, what do you call it? Her defense is she's trying to come up with the state saying no. Okay. So I recorded a video on it and then the file malfunctioned and corrupted and was like gone. It's like, I'm not gonna, it's bye-bye. So I was like, seriously? So I was like, we'll just go live because there's several little things. I also want to look at Judith's, Dr. Harper's resume that they posted on the thing. Now, again, you can always go look these up. It's My Orange Clerk. Let me make sure that's what it is. Hold on. Please help. MyOrangeClerk.com. Yeah. If you want to look those up or whatever, if you were like following it on that level. So there's that. So, be sure and check that out. Complete side note, okay, before we get into this, okay? If you have not, if you were following the Madeline Soto case, okay, I implore you to rush when we're done here, whatever you got to do. I listened to it on the docket, okay, a channel called the Docket. They posted an interview with Jen Soto up. It was like them. Who did they say had it? Them, Plunder, and Gray Hughes. But I listened to it on the docket. That's where I found it first, whatever. Y'all, oh my God, okay? You have got to go listen to it. It's heartbreaking, but you're like, huh? Oh, thank you, Chrissy. Hold on. Oh, I hope you've been doing good, and I appreciate it. I hope you've been feeling better. Yeah, notice I've seen you I haven't gone live in several days, but I'm glad that you're out right now. I hope you're doing okay. And thank you. And hold on, we're going. Yeah, the interviews. They're horrible. Oh my God. Yeah, it was absolutely wild. So yeah, absolutely go. If you listen to those three, but honestly, if you know how everybody has a different opinion on stuff. Now I've only listened to the docket so far on this particular one, but I'll go to the other channels and listen to it. Yeah, the channel is called the Docket. I think that's what he goes by. Yes, the Docket, right, y'all? It's called the Docket, or is that just the name? Is the channel name different than that? But that's what he calls himself, like the Docket or whatever. I mean, they get like the real deal, like stuff before anybody. And when I say they, I'm talking like it sounds like him and Gray and Plunder kind of go in together and get stuff or whatever like that. Oh, just scrapping. Thank you so much, just scrapping. I hope you're doing well. I hope all is well with you and the hubby and all that. Be sure and check her channel out. And she just gifted 20 memberships to everybody. And I got my Golden Girls thing in the mail you sent. I do appreciate it. Oh, y'all, and I got some updates coming on. I just saw this on Casey Anthony. Oh, my God, y'all. I made a couple of videos on that. One will be next week, and then the other one, after it or whatever, about her new boyfriend. Oh, my God. Y'all. Yeah, Barb says the interview where she is sorry. So, Barb, this interview, and I haven't gotten through almost all of it. My main takeaway from the interview that I listened to on the docket was, what was it? Well, several things. I mean, this is when he's like kind of telling her, hey, look, this is turning into a homicide investigation. He calls her out. And you're just kind of hearing like her going through these motions of hearing this information and seeing photos of Maddie and hearing what was going on in that household. It's a completely different perspective. I mean, if you've been following it, total trigger warning on it, because I have to digest it overnight tonight now, because I'm just like, it was so literally like, oh my God, what? After that, I need to now go and listen to Hidden True Crime. They have one, I don't know what it's about yet, but it's talking about like the immunity or something like that. There's a whole plethora of these type things that I haven't even been able to listen to yet. So, but yeah, that's one I listened to today. It's called The Docket. And no, Soto doesn't have a new boyfriend. It's Casey Anthony does. She is dating a married man, and he moved to Tennessee with his wife from South Florida. And that's where Casey was too. He and Casey had started a little affair at the gym they were going to. Very soon at the beginning of the year, when he and his wife moved to Tennessee, he told her he was leaving her for Casey Anthony. And then she immediately moved up to Tennessee down the street from him. Okay. And then literally photos of him standing on front door, wife carting her stuff out the front door. Literally hours later, Casey carting her stuff in. And then women are coming forward talking about he's on Hinge trying to talk to me. And then somebody saw them in a restaurant and people were like kind of talking about it or whatever. And he said this right here. He's like, baby, get your innocent ass on over here. Y'all. I can't. Okay. Can't. Seen it all. Seen it all. Okay. I mean, I'm not trying to say this. I'm not trying to come off when I say this in regard to talking down about his wife in this way, because I don't know these people and I consider her a victim of the situation, right? But if it's devastating enough for your person to come home and be like, hey, by the way, we're done. This is over with. You know, you're gone. But then to be like, who is she? I want to know who's done this. And they say Casey. And you're like, well, what's her last name? I want to know something about her. Casey Anthony. You would probably laugh for a second, like, oh, what? The Casey Anthony? And then when he said, yeah. This is my theory. And I said this in the video. You'll see it on the main channel. But this is my theory here. I think, and he did say he has like this wild attraction to her. I think basically there's no other nice way to say it. I think Casey's a freak in the sheets. And that's how she lasted someone like that in. And he's probably going through a midlife crisis. He's 48, whatever. His sons are like early 20s, I think. So they're kind of like grown up, that kind of thing, whatever. And she's probably like, I'll do whatever, whenever. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the vibe I get. It was giving NK and Chris Watts, okay? Pardon me. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, the kids are older, Chrissy. Yeah, her kids are older. And when I say older, I'm you know, they're not kids. So yeah. Now I think Emily just turned it down. Thank you. Okay, so on to today's topic. What we're going to be doing is this. We are going to be now delving into Sarah the Boone. So what I want to look at first is one on the screen. This is Dr. Harper. This is the person who's going to be on her case or whatever. Now, when we get to the whole part with the defense, where the state's talking about, you know, why they don't think she should use or can use the battered spouse syndrome. To me, that was really informative. I was like, I didn't think about this, right? This is one part that I love about following true crime. I mean, there's, you know, many different levels to it or whatever, but one of the things that I like about it is when you learn this kind of stuff, like how law works and things of this nature. So there's that. Let me go put the screen up. Well, you already see it. Let me make it bigger. Please help. I said, please hold. Please hold. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, Karen. I'm just trying to find the present screen. Oh, wait, here we go. Are we doing this? We're doing this. Okay, so Julie Harper. Let's come back over here to my main screen. There's so many screens to toggle between, okay? So Julie Harper, licensed psychologist. There's her little address, her phone, all that kind of stuff. You know, that's her business stuff there. Her education, University of Denver, Doctor of Psychology, Master of Arts, specialty focus, psychological assessment, dissertation, the passing of power, couples allocation of resources style. I mean, interesting, right? Nine. Okay. Oberlin College. So, I mean, looking at this, University of Denver, I mean, these are major colleges, right? So, private practice, 710 to present. Pardon me. Serves as an expert witness or consultant in competence to proceed, sanity at the time of the offense, mitigation, fitness for duty, youthful offender, capital sentencing, trauma and intellectual assessment, testifying and confidential expert in death penalty and juvenile resentencing cases, deemed subject matter expert in juvenile brain development in Miami-Dade Circuit, performs law enforcement and firefighter pre-employment and fitness for duty evaluations, qualified supervisor under FS Chapter 491. Okay, so, wow, okay. One thing with this, I'm just like, you know, it makes me think, and I'm not saying this specifically about her, this is just in general or whatever, you know, these cases that we watch, it makes me wonder, like at a certain point with a psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever the case is, essentially this, There has to be so much money in getting on the court circuit and making yourself available for that. Now, mind you, obviously, you've done a lot of stuff to get to that point, right? Clearly, she has gotten to the point of like this doctorate and this and that and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, to get in this circuit right here, they're getting paid a lot of money. You know what I mean? So it's just like, they have to be cashing in. So almost like at a certain point where it's almost like a form of retirement. Because if you're just like, look, I'm tired of schlepping down to the damn, you know, courthouse over here to do this or that. You know, I want a steady paycheck. I want to put some food on the damn table on a consistent basis. Filet mignon every night. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Anyways, let's keep going. Where is it? Clinical experience, state of Georgia, Georgia Regional Hospital, Division of Behavioral and Developmental Disability, Community Forensic Services Psychologist 2, Court Order Forensic Evaluations, including competence. We did on that. Director of Psychological Testing, Bridgeway. Just goes into that, but you know, it sounds more like businessy type stuff there. Then licensed psychologist for neuroeducation. Let's go down here even further. Counselor, Whitman County Counseling Responsibilities. Staff counselor, Washington State University, forensic psychological postdoc, APA approved pre-doctoral internship, graduate field placement. Julie Harper, graduate field placement, child and adolescent outpatient. Okay, research project on the usefulness of the test of memory, malingering and pretrial convicted and normal populations. Well, good Lord, I want to know what she has to say about Sarah for getting she recorded the damn crime. I mean, what we get throw a little bit of a doctoral word or two at that. You know what I'm saying? Please all. Dissertation research. You know, what was this on? Doctoral paper research on couples' allocation of time and financial resources. Or original research included collecting original qualitative data from 10 couples and using discourse analysis. That sounds pretty boring. I mean, I get it's work, but outcome research. Okay, so yep, scholarships, Colorado graduate. Okay, yep. Professional teaching, invited speaker. The doctor will see now. Series for the school. Wow. Okay. Radio show speaker, invited speaker. Professional teaching experience, instructor. Preschool teacher. I mean, my gosh. Internships, additional training, DePaul School of Law, professional references. I mean, so her resume is very impressive. Now, I would not, you know, expect any less, right? Thanks, Barb. I wouldn't expect it to be any less. I mean, I would be more concerned if it was, right? So this will be very interesting. And then hold on, Danielle says this is a doctor that will testify to whatever as long as they are paid well, right? I mean, 100%. Because here's another thing too. Okay, so remember, if you watched my video the other day, or if you haven't watched my video but you watched the what is it called? Court TV, where they showed Sarah from that 2019, like months before. Hey, Tori, how's it going? I hope you're well. Sorry, it's a rough week. Like a few months before the situation that we're currently here at, right? And so that's really what cemented in my brain, seeing her in a different interaction, number one, that George lived through, but number two, and I think I said in the thing, or I think we even did a live chat on it here where we talked about it, where I'm just like, I just think one of those people where when alcohol touches their lips, they black out. They become a completely different person and they black out. You know what I'm saying? And they go into alcohol personality. And if you've been around it, then you know, right? And she does that, and then it's almost like she's just off and running, okay? Like completely, you know, it's whatever comes out. And like she's over here talking about my ear, like whatever, and then she has to kind of run with it. You know, and even the cop was like, you know. So that's where I think the defense that she's coming up with is going to be like, I don't think that's going to work. And we'll get into it here in a second when we see what the state says. But also even like some of the experts or, you know, the professional people, whatever you want to call them on court TV, they were all bringing up the same type of stuff where they're like, look, you know, the videos, she's on the video talking about this is for when you cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? So they can get this little doctor up here, but also everyone kind of knows. Like Danielle was saying, it's like, you know, I'm not trying to like discount people who might be legitimate, but oftentimes you see with the defense and stuff like that where people are going to say what needs to be said to get a paycheck. They're just trying to put food on the table. They don't care. You know what I mean? So they're going to kind of concoct it however they want to. And sometimes it's laughable. And sometimes it's plausible. Wow, the battery to this is like super hot. So, you know, I don't know. Let me find the next thing here. Okay, that's Mr. Henderson. We're going to get stage. Okay, let's do this one because I love in some of these motions here how the state comes back and they're like a little bit, they're being very professional, but they're totally being like, you know, they're kind of saying, you know, they're putting her in her place. They're like, well, if you would have done this, then yeah, it might not be that way. Okay, so we're just going to go with what pops up on the thing here. So this is what we're doing now. Okay, this is what we're going to do, okay? Let me get to it. So this one is the state of Florida. State's response to the defendant's second motion for additional discovery. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, this is where they tell her what it is. Okay, comes now the state of Florida by and through this undersigned, whatever. So it says this: the state filed its response to notice of discovery on March 20th, 2020. Paragraph 5 of that pleading outlines the controlling law on this issue. And then it goes into State versus Wright, holds that the court must first inquire whether the information the defendant seeks is available if she would exercise due diligence. Now that part right there, they're over her stuff too. Okay, that was their very professional way of putting her in her place and calling her out and being like, she's lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's lazy. You know, that's all. Nothing more, nothing damn less. She's lazy. Okay, let's keep going. Hold on, please hold. Then it says, if the defendant were to exercise due diligence, she could easily obtain the information from the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Number 5. Hold on. Sorry. I'm getting my uncontrollable yawns here. My body is rejecting Boone. I'm rejecting Sarah. Where are we at? The trial court should have first ascertained whether defendants could have obtained the requested criminal records from other sources through due diligence and determine whether the defendants had exerted their own efforts and resources and exhausted other available means to procure the information. Number 6, if the defendant has attempted to obtain these records through the means available to her and failed, she has failed to state this in her motion. Okay. Therefore, the defendant's demand for supplemental discovery should be denied. And then they just go into their little certifications there. So, I mean, this is the thing where it's like, I mean, I know there's some of these are, you know, when she was like pro se and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, again, you know, she was pissed. I mean, pissed. Okay. I'm talking, you know, that she was just like, look, buddy. Please hold. We're going to the next one. Okay, let's see here. I said a Shuba. I said a Dubai. Let me make sure. This is the big man pajama right here. So, state's motion to strike defendant's notice of intent to rely on the defense of battered spouse syndrome, and state's motion in Lamine, is that how you say that? And state's motion for examination by state expert. This one's good. This is the video that I did. It was a real quick video, so it doesn't matter. But the file messed up and I couldn't use it. And I was like, damn, we're going to go live and talk about this tonight. Okay, so comes down to the state, all that stuff. Okay, so number 1. On September 6, 2024, the defendant filed a notice of intent to rely on the defense of battered spouse syndrome. Florida Rule of Criminal Procedure 3.201B requires the defendants to include a statement of particulars showing the nature of the defense the defendant expects to prove. Number 3, let me scroll down on my thing right here. The defendant's notice does not include any particular facts, which, if produced at trial, would allow for Dr. Julie Harper to opine that the defendant suffered from battered spouse syndrome. Therefore, the defendant's notice is legally insufficient, and the court should strike the notice. Number 5. Furthermore, the defendant only lists Dr. Julie Harper as a witness. I'm talking uncontrollable yawns over here. I'm sorry. I think I need water or something. Like, this is not a normal body rejection yawn. This is like, I'm lacking. Okay, so it says that she's the only witness to show the defendant suffered from battered spouse syndrome. An expert witness cannot be used as a conduit to introduce inadmissible hearsay evidence, such as the defendant offering the defendant's hearsay statements. It says the statute number. Therefore, the defendant should be precluded from mentioning battered spouse syndrome in her opening statement, and Dr. Julie Harper should be precluded from testifying until the defendant testifies to underlying facts that would allow for her expert's testimony. Okay, so let's pause there real quick. Let me come back over here. Okay, so as Emily says, battered spouses don't put someone in a suitcase and then hang around. I mean, this is the thing, right? So here's the thing that I think is interesting. So number one, 100% she's punching air over this one. She's pissed. Okay, I can tell you that. She slammed her honey bun down on the damn table and she was pissed. Okay, here's the other thing. So, and again, whether you're new here or not, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an attorney, I'm not any of that stuff. So, I mean, this is just sofa speculation up in here, okay? So, if they're saying that, it's inadmissible, which to me, what they're saying makes sense, right? I mean, this is why you need a lawyer doing this type of stuff. If they're saying, look, you haven't provided anything to be able to come up with this, right? So you can't be talking about this in opening statements. Like, this is hearsay. Number one, that makes me think of one thing too. What is the legalities if she is trying to present an argument? What if you, how do you say it? A defense of George did this, but it's through third-party information. You see what I'm saying? Like, there is documentation of police being called and coming to the house and stuff, but I wonder if most of Sarah's stuff that she has would be considered, like, in the legal world, hearsay or third-party or stuff like that. So it's almost like, okay, if that's the case, then yeah, they're going to be like, well, she can't get up there and use that in her opening statements. If she can't use it in her opening statements, then what are they going to talk about? Now, the other big thing that I think we'll either get to this, it's either next, or I've read it in one of these and I can't remember where, or I heard it in one of the things they were talking about, is if she already said it was an accident, well, she can't be rolling up in here now talking about, oh no, it was this. And in a normal scenario, I get where it's like, say if all the signs were there of a true battered situation going on, then that might be more conduent to, okay, well, maybe they didn't want to say something, maybe they didn't want to do this or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that the evidence has shown that. So that's where I'm like, yeah, so what is she going to say in the opening statements if they can't provide this? So if they get up there talking about the defense, then this is the other thing. What if they're like, the only way to bring that into court is to put her on the stand and bring that up to be able to get it to where the people can talk and whatnot, right? So that's where I'm just like, could this mean that they're going to put her on the stand to bring that up in conversation? Oh, thanks for joining, Lauren. Welcome to your first sofa conversation live. So it's RJB says that any ER visits, photos, what documentation? That's what I want to know, because so for example, these things, like the thing that she did that we watched the other day from the 19th, where she's like, and then that's when he did this. And they're like, did what? He struck my ear, or whatever she was talking about in that video. And then continually going back to being barefoot. But it's just like, That's what I'm so curious to see exactly how they're going to pull this off, because they are going to 100% try to reel that in. I think they'll get this motion passed, right? It makes complete sense. Holly says, I walked out barefoot. I tell you. Lives in Florida, mind you. Most people go around damn barefoot, but she was so pressed about being barefoot in that video. Oh my God, y'all. Okay, let's finish this one here. And I think it might be able to help me finish out my thoughts on that, my one thought. Okay, please help. So we're doing now number 6. Okay, this is where I heard it from. It's right here. The defendant has previously provided... I'm sorry. This one's good. I don't know why it's tickling me so much. This one's good, y'all. This one's good. I want to be, you know, when they type this up, they're like, boom, 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 boom. They couldn't wait to get this one there. They couldn't wait to get this one there. Okay, this one's good. Okay, here we go. Okay. The defendant had previously provided statements to law enforcement. Therein, she claimed she accidentally left the victim in the suitcase overnight. Battered spouse syndrome testimony is not admissible if her defense is that killing the victim was an accident. The defendant should be precluded from mentioning battered spouse syndrome in her opening statement, and Dr. Julie Harper should be precluded from testifying until the defendant has presented evidence of a justifiable use of deadly force. Okay, let's just break this one down here. I mean, it's exactly. That's the thing. It's like two things going on here. Number one, it's like, well, girl, you already said this over here. And I mean, over and over, there was no, like, what was the deadly force going on that night, right? Like, none of that was there. Come here. So, that one right there, okay, I'm not lying, y'all. She went off on somebody over that one. When she got back to that damn jail cell, it was, she had attitude for days after that, right? I mean, she was pissed over this one, right? Okay. Then let me get back up to it here. And then, yeah, so until she uses justifiable thing of force. Yeah, 100%. So now here's the last one. This is the nail in the coffin. Finally, the state requests the defendant be ordered to submit to an examination by an expert of the state's choosing. Right then and there. If she was smart, which, you know, she's very stubborn. This part right here, because the state's person, you already know. You already know what they're going to say, right? And I mean, obviously I'm being dramatic or whatever, but, you know, I mean, I'm not, you know, a lawyer or something like that. So, I mean, anything can happen, obviously, but I mean, come on. You're going to get the state's witness, not to say that they're all not biased themselves. We've seen cases where things go south or whatever, right? But I would almost put money on it right now that the state would come back and be like, nope, not one lick sign hair of battered spouse syndrome going on here. Period. Period, end of story. 100%. So, yeah. That part right there is going to bite her in the ass, so to speak. I'm trying to find y'all again. Here you are. Hold on, let me just come back over here. Hold on, I'm just kind of reading your comments real quick. So Mariana says, or Marianne, I hope I said that right. I'm sorry. The judge might let them cure the motion, but he'll require the state expert if he does, I wager. Yeah, so like say the judge is being fair and he's like, no, let's let them. Bless their hearts. Let's let him. Okay. So imagine he does it. Well, you know they're going to let the state have an expert. I mean, this is just like normal protocol, right? I mean, in my opinion, that we see, if they're trying to say this, well, we want our people to talk to them too. Pardon me. So, you know, that's where, yeah. And I think once that happens, no. They're gonna rip that defense apart, okay? And now again, anything's possible. You know what I'm saying? Then, but I think that they're gonna rip that to shreds. So, and Double says if the judge doesn't let them, that'll be bad. Yeah, see, I agree. See, I think the judge will let them. But you know what? I thought he was going to give him an extension too. But he had already really covered all his bases for that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm still kind of surprised by it. But I think the judge is going to be like, sure, let him. What else? What other defense you want to use, Sarah? He's going to be like, go for it. It's so like the evidence speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Jen says, I can't believe she's going to try. Me neither. Yeah, me neither. And if I'm correct, is this a life sentence that she can get? I thought it was less. Like I thought it was like a 25-year for a second-degree murder, but I think that is it life sentence she can get? Yeah, Dominique brings up an excellent point. Pardon me. She says some of the stuff they are filing is just weird. It seems designed more for the YouTube and the media. It does. It's almost like they're like catering to that. You know what I'm saying? Jake, can I help you? What's going on here, buddy? I heard you could get live. Okay, I think it's up to life. I mean, I think so. Here's the thing: if they find her guilty, we'll see. If you know, y'all know they're gonna throw the book at her. They're getting their money's worth. They're 100% getting their money's worth. Okay, now hold on one second. Let me watch out. Cal says, I can imagine her wall space is full of drawn pics and positive words. Like little stations. You know that in past time, like she set up like activity stations around the unit. Like be like, okay, whatever her friends' names are in there, she's like, you're going to be the painting and drawing one. And over here, you're the singing one. And then over here, you're the this one or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Okay, let me find the next one we're going to do. Please help. Jake's trying to get settled. Lay down. Okay. Okay, where'd y'all go? Yeah, Barb, I heard. Now, this is like through, you know, I've not seen it in writing, but I heard that she turned down a 10-year deal or whatever. Oh, Tammy. Well, first of all, thank you, Tammy. Tammy says second-degree murder is minimum. Okay, hold on. It's a minimum of 16.5-year sentence that you have to serve before. Oh. Okay. Thank you very much for that. And thank you very much for the clarity. And let's celebrate your 5th super on a live stream. I am honored and do appreciate it. Hey, Mama Shamida, how's it going? Okay, let me find y'all over here. So present, and let's do the next one. Share screen. Share screen. Okay, Northwest says 10-year offer is internet rumor, no proof. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I've not seen that like directly, you know what I'm saying? I've just like literally like internet kind of thing. So if that's not concrete, then would it surprise me that she turned down a 10-year thing? No. Because at this point, like I've said before, if that was really if that was like legit, like 10 years, whatever, she'd be halfway through. She'd be on her way home. Okay, let's see what this one is. Okay, this is like not a big one, but we'll go for it. This is, let me get to it. So this is just the co-counsel. So notice is hereby given that Tony L. Henderson hereby enters his appearance as co-counsel to James Owens on behalf of the defendant Sarah Boone of the above styled case. So that's it. She's got Co-counsel. You see he's down here in Milton, Florida as well. So, and it sounds like he's really experienced with 25. He's tried over 250 jury trials, recognized by National Trial Lawyers Top 100, 10 Best Attorneys as a published in Florida by American Institute of Criminal Law, education Florida State University College of Law, Tallahassee. Bar admissions 1993. So I mean, you know, he's been around the block. Okay, he's been around the block. Okay, so let's just say that. Okay. Let's do the next one. Please hold. So thank you so Morrison. Boone's trial sponsored by Samsonite and Barefoot Wine. Oh, he was in trouble for stealing. Okay, we'll have to. Oh, thank you, Dominique. We will find that. I don't think she'll ever get any time for good behavior. I mean, come on, right? Well, she'll probably catch charges for running her damn mouth. Literally, being like, you have talked your way into an additional 2 years. Okay, period. End story. Like, that's just what we're doing. I'm sorry to say, but it is what it is. Okay, share screen. Share screen. Bum ba dum ba 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 ba. Bum ba dum ba bum. Okay, so this one is nothing really major. This is just, you know, notice of provision of discovery. The state of Florida gives notice that the below listed exhibits have been disclosed to James. Previous depositions transcripts. Okay, so nothing major there. We're not losing sleep over this one. And then we're going to come back over to this last one. Now, we're still going to do the other one, but I got to pull it up. Please hold. Share screen. Share screen. I'm going to sneeze in a second. It's working its way up. It's working its way up. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. I am sorry. So, state's response to defendant's motion for statement of particulars. Wait, did we do this one yet? No. No, we didn't. Okay, so a statement of particulars is never required in Florida except in exceptional cases. There is nothing in the motion or in an affidavit that shows exceptional circumstances, in this case requiring a statement of particulars. Receiving a statement of particulars is not a legal right, but rather an act of judicial discretion. A statement of particulars is not necessary in this case for the following reasons. There is no variance in the information and the discovery as to date, time, and place of the offenses. Now, we're going to get to this. We're going to get to this in a second. There's no variance in the information and the discovery as to the name of the victim. The information filed tracks the statutory language in 782.042, putting the defendant on notice of the law she is alleged to have violated. Thank you very damn much. And then it just goes into this right here. Now, let me pull this other thing up and we'll get into like where this is coming from and whatnot. Okay, hold on. Oh, please don't. Okay, is this... did that one. I'm looking for the other thing. Please talk amongst yourselves. We'll be with you in a moment. Thank you. Motion for appearance. Is that? Wait, this one's so tricky to find. Hold on. 9-3. Where is it? Defendant's intent to rely on the defendant's a battered. We did that. Okay, we did that. No, yeah, we did that. Motion for additional discovery. Defendants. I mean, is this it? No. Notice of unavailability. Notice of intent. Notice of filing. Notice of filing. To object. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is the video I'm doing tomorrow. So tomorrow it'll be like the edited version of this. And this is the kind of the last like noteworthy thing that they have here, right? Where is present? Share screen. And then share screen. And then... Okay, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's it. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. It just takes me a minute. You know, these eyes of mine aren't the same anymore. You know, they've been going out since 92. Please hold. Okay, here we go. So this is like the last hurrah, if you will, right? This is when she was still pro se, and this is her trying to get the video stuff thrown out. Now, this one's a real gem, okay? So we're just going to get to the the important parts of it. So this first page here, we come down the thing where it's basically saying what she wants to do. My motion to be heard is to my reasons why I am objecting to the state's evidence against me and to exclude or limit the following particular items attempted to be admitted into my case. Objections are for digital contents specifically and only located on the USB jump drive titled as, and it does the thing there, and it goes into her name and stuff like that. I mean, objections by defendant are as follows. I'm talking the first damn one up there. Okay. Suitcase video. Done, right? You know, when she went back and years later and finally got her damn hands on that discovery and looked at it, y'all, she was, I'm talking about just coming unglued, okay? Coming unglued. So, now here's the other thing too. Of course, I mean, you would hope that even the attorney, any of them, would try to get this thrown out. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they didn't think they could, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Of course he would want to. If they could get it thrown out, she could probably, you know, who knows, walk or whatever. So, but this part, I was just like, oh, she is making no bones, right? She is making no bones. She is coming in hot, and she wants those videos gone. Okay, so anyways, it says the files were obtained from my personal cell phone. There are no videos located in this folder on Jump Drive. Then it goes into the three things here. Photograph of a suitcase, audio, 2 minutes and 3 seconds, and then 22 seconds. Now, I'll ask the question to y'all when we get to it here because I asked it in the video. But we'll see. Hold on, Jay. No, we don't do that. Nope. Okay, so lack of authenticity. There is no one to testify that the picture and audio are the same as the scene was at the time the audio was recorded and photograph taken. I think there might be someone for that, right? I mean, you know, if we can get her on the stand. The prosecution fails to establish authenticity in any of the three items submitted. And then she does the case law. Now, again, you know, don't blame her. You know, good on her for trying at least. Okay, potential for unfair prejudice. I believe that the singular reason to utilize this audio is for the state to heavily prejudice the jury against me based on my statements in the audio to George Torres. The prosecution's evidence is more prejudiced than probative. Well, I'm like this. I'm like, that's the whole damn point. Yes. We're definitely talking about that. We're 100% talking about what you said to George in the video. It's completely imperative to this whole case, right? You're telling him why you're going to let him die in the suitcase, right? You know, I mean, it is what it is, okay? So this part, I'm just like, again, A for effort, you know what I mean? Like, you never know, but okay, so let's keep going. And she lists the, you know, the things there. Okay, number C, violation of Fourth Amendment rights, unlawful search and seizure. Now, you knew this one was going to be in here. Okay, you knew this was going to be in here, right? She's been, waiting on this one. This audio was obtained by an unlawful search and seizure of my personal cell phone, and the defense moves to exclude under my Fourth Amendment right. Imagine if she got it. Imagine if she got it. And they're like, yep, you know, you're right, we can't use the video. Now, granted, I think if that was the case, I mean, who knows? But then I'm like, the interviews that she did are just as damning, right? Okay, so it goes down to body cams. And then it says, you know, the death investigation, and just lists the files and the videos of these things that we saw. Okay, lack of authenticity. All of the body cam videos obtained from uniformed officers on the date of the incident are time-stamped and documented incorrectly during the entire use while at the crime scene. She lists the case law, the statutes, all that. Excuse me. The violation of best evidence rule. The state fails to provide the best version of this evidence. Under the best evidence rule, the state has not provided true and accurate video evidence, and the defense moves to exclude these body cam footages. She lists the statutes and case law. Violation of Miranda rights. The body cam videos recorded me making statements and providing information prior to me being given any Miranda warning. These are illegal interrogations and a violation of my Fifth Amendment rights and should be excluded under the exclusionary law. Then she gets down to the interviews. Okay. Woo, I think we all know which one she's talking about. You know she 100% was punching air when she watched that. Okay. If that was the first time her watching it, I would give good money to have seen the look on her face. You know she was sitting there with notes, just going, ugh, ugh, just scoffing at that damn video the whole time. Okay. It says this interrogation video has no timestamp throughout its entirety of 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 3. She knew exactly how long it was, right? So do we, Sarah, right? Trust me, we've watched it multiple times. The state fails to provide the best version of this evidence under the best evidence rule. The state has not provided the true and accurate video evidence, and they're looking to get rid of the interrogation video. They list that. And then the defendant requests that the due date be extended to submit objections based upon, and it says the defendant, and we're going to get one of our famous lists. Number 1, is unable to utilize her 6 constitutional amendment rights to counsel. Thank you very damn much. Has never been pro se before. Thank you very damn much. Is not an attorney or officer of the legal system. Lacks requisite professional competency, experience, expertise in the legal field. Is currently incarcerated. Has extremely limited and restricted resources to conduct extensive legal research to further support objections. No internet. When I did the video today, I was like, oh God, here we go about the damn internet again. And the next thing right here, does not have full-time use and access to the laptop. I mean, but how many times do we read the behavior notes where she denies the laptop? You know what I'm saying? Now, I guess we don't have to worry about it anymore now that she's got a defense attorney. But how many times does she deny the laptop? Okay. And that's why I say in my videos where if I was her, I was like, girl, just take the laptop. Even if you're not going to use it, just take the laptop, right? Because it's like they're going to use that against you. They're going to sit here and be like, well, she's turned it down numerous times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's why if I was her, I would just take it and put it in the damn corner, let the battery run dead. If she doesn't want it, okay. Does not have full-time use and access to the tablet. This right here, I was like, I'm done. I'm like, we've heard enough about the laptop and the damn internet. Now we're bringing the tablet into it. No. I was like, we can't handle one more piece of device, one more electronic device in this situation. Okay. Hold on. Does not have access to privacy, temporary for in-depth review of discovery. Doesn't look at the discovery anyways. Has limited access to defense team investigator to collaborate and complete greater work product. These objections were done as expeditiously as possible. Based on my current circumstances. The process for a pro se defendant requires much more time, especially while incarcerated, than that of an unrestricted, well-educated, resourceful attorney who is fully capable and has all the aforementioned availabilities. Also, I reserve my reasonings for my objections for in-court oral arguments. Wherefore the defendant, Sarah Boone, by way of pro se, respectfully moves this court in conclusion to hear my reasons why I'm objecting to the state's evidence against me and to exclude or limit the included particular items attempting to be admitted into my criminal case by the state. And then it just goes into her oath and signature and stuff. Sap. Plays out. Okay. Where are we at? Here we are. Okay, let's get caught up here. Whoa, why are things moving so fast? Hold on, it's like when I switch between the screens, okay, there we go. So here's the thing. Again, A for effort, for trying. I mean, definitely you're going to want to, like, you know, some of it's like throw, you know what, against the wall and see what sticks. So of course she's going to want to see if they'll throw that out. My Miranda rights, my this, my that, you know. Why not look at Alexi Treviso? You know what I'm saying? I use that example in the video I'm doing. Could potentially get some major damning evidence thrown out because of like a kind of a technicality in her case. If you're unfamiliar, that's the young lady who gave birth in the hospital in New Mexico, and basically said she didn't know she was pregnant and disposed of the body in the bathroom, and said that the baby was stillborn, and it's been just crazy or whatever. Well, all the statements that she made are going to potentially not even they're going to maybe get thrown out. So there's that. Oh, hey Dwayne, it's good to see you. How are you doing? So yeah, that's the thing with this. So I mean, again, I don't blame her for trying at all. Like, totally get it, totally cool. However, yeah, Lexi's trial was canceled. I mean, you see, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. The thing with Sarah's situation is she has limited time. She had limited resources, but again, she's had 5 years. She could have been working with, I mean, granted, I know she worked with somebody in the beginning and then we wouldn't be here, but she could have been working with, oh, excuse me, someone to be like really going into all this. You know what I'm saying? And really just peeling the layers back and getting into this case or whatever to try and fight it if she wanted to. Now, again, I mean, personally, me, from the sofa, I'm like, I don't know what you could fight, right? The video is pretty evident. The interviews are pretty evident. The evidence of her abusiveness is pretty evident. Yes, I think they called the police a lot. Yes, I think the police were out there a lot. But I don't, I think a lot of stuff was very fluffed up. Very fluffed up. Again, for circling back to that video we watched the other day from her 2019 thing, I mean, you can just kind of see how she works, and it's like she starts off with a basis of a story, and literally it's almost like watching somebody who lies. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I can't believe it. I've got to get water in a second. Hold on. Somebody who lies immediately is aware that they lied and then has to lie on top of it again. Oh, hey, Lost Ronan, how's it going? I worked a 9-hour day and this been picking up. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. I bet you were exhausted. Definitely have a good night's sleep. A wonderful night's sleep. Yeah, she's gonna get 10 years probably. I don't think that. Hold on. I think she worked that much on her cases after getting the laptop. Hold on. Leah says, I don't think she worked that much on her case after she got the laptop. She wanted the internet to check out her social media. Somehow I don't think she'd like it. Not many fans. And I agree. I don't think that. I mean, we know this. I mean, just like her inmate records, it doesn't show her utilizing these things. And then hearing her time in court, she's concerned over paper clips and folders. It's a game to her. I really think it's a game, and I don't know if she was like, I'm just going to take this up to I don't know what her end goal was there. I don't know what she thought she was going to get out of it. Other than, hold on, let me get some water. Please hold. Please hold. Well, hey diddle diddle, said the cat in the fiddle. Let me get my hydration going on over here. I'm about to die. Okay, there we go. It's been a long day. So now the other thing too is, let me go. Oh, I got rid of it. They have a hearing. I think it's like on the 16th or something like that. So they're gonna be doing something, right? Now again, remember, like, what is it, October 7th or something like that? It starts. So I mean, this is right around the corner. Oh, thanks, Tammy. Tammy says, dear Judge, please suppress all the evidence against me and please allow me to persuade you orally. 100%. 100%. Absolutely, right? I mean, absolutely. The one thing, I talked about going to the trial stuff, and there's no way I can at this point. One of the things I absolutely would love to know in the courtroom, and we'll hopefully find this out when it, comes about, how she interacts and courts the media and the audience. Because if you watch her on TV, it's as if she's like laughing or joking or doing something with somebody in the audience. And a lot of people are like, she's doing that to like the media or whatever. And I'm like, that would be another level of like, what? Like complete unhinged. I'm covering my face up when I do it now. Let me get more water. But I really want to see those nuances in the courtroom. Hey, Lynn, how's it going? Yeah, the evidence. I know. The evidence is prejudiced. She's really upset with the evidence. She's really upset with the evidence, that she has created. So, I mean, it's just, but again, I think, and again, I don't know her. We're going to get to, if this truly goes to trial, and there's not like it goes to trial, which obviously I think it is, I think we're going to hear from people that knew her, that knew George. And that's where we're going to get a real good picture, more so of what we've seen. You know what I'm saying? Of like just what was going on there. If we can hear from his family, please. Oh, it's going to be good. Okay, they're going to have some stories, right? Because she's already like tried to set it up for like, oh, they don't like me, they don't like this, whatever, right? You already can imagine what that was probably like. I mean, the unfortunate thing is, looking at the other video that we watched from the 19th and this, just some of the what do you call it? Like the documented, like just they're going on. So I'm talking about George and what's her name? Sarah. I just think that the days were kind of like these blurry, I get up, I'm sobering up from the night before, I'm drinking water, I'm doing this. Maybe she was working for a period, maybe she wasn't, maybe she was doing that, maybe he was doing this. And then at some point during the daytime, and if there was nothing going on that day, meaning like, we're at work or whatever, I'm probably very early afternoon, if not morning, the next round of drinking started. And I think that it would end up in some spectrum of what we're seeing videotape evidence of. Obviously not him dying and all of these until it led up to what we saw, but like the interaction with the police officer and that one where he didn't die, the way she was the day that he died, that kind of thing. I just think that it was like, that's just what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just this messy, toxic situation that it just spun out of control. Because, I mean, again, it's like, you see how she is stone cold sober. We see how she is, using, or whatever you want to call it. So... And hold on one second. Carol says, can you imagine Sarah on intervention? No. If they did, what is that called when the on intervention, when your family's waiting for you? Listen to me. What's that thing called on that show, Intervention, they do when your family's waiting to confront you? Intervention. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the actual moment of intervention, can you imagine them pulling that on Sarah? Oh, she'd come unglued. She'd mow everybody down. She'd be the one. They'd be like, we couldn't do anything for her. We sent her back to the streets. Streets called, they won. You know that thing, Jesus called, Peggy answered, from that movie. The streets called, Sarah answered. Have y'all seen that clip on I don't know if it's everywhere or whatever, the two women are talking to the group of kids, and she was like, streets killed me. You know what I'm talking about? She's like, yeah, I lost my life to the street. Streets killed me. Not intentional. Not intentional intervention. Yeah, I don't remember what was George working during this time? And was she working during this time? Because if neither of them were, it probably wasn't good. You know, the intervention. Can you imagine you change the trial to an intervention? He lost his job a couple of months earlier. Okay, so if he lost it, like if they were unemployed at the time and they weren't working, imagine what those days look like. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, talking down on them, but just listening to, what we've seen, you know that it was like very early day drinking and very messy, very quick. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that Sarah, I just really think she was the type of person that the second alcohol touched her mouth, she was completely different and went into, and just, it was game on. Game on at that household. From singing, movie trailer watching, you name it, right? It was a full-on nightmare. Oh my God, Leslie says if we found out she secretly eats couches as well. Okay, so y'all know that My Strange Addiction show, where the girl's like, talking about, if you haven't watched that, you definitely need to go watch it. Okay, I'm talking people eating damn love seats. The channel itself, Reporting Live from Sofa, needs to be fearful of this, right? Nothing will ever take. But here's the thing also. This is what I learned from watching that show. Where, you know how it's like they would bring the doctors on and be like, well, yes, if she continued to eat the furniture in the house. And they talk about like totally clinical. Where I'm like, how have we arrived here? Where we're like hypothesizing what's going to happen to her if she eats the love seat and the chair in the house. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. I'm just like, nothing happened to these people. Okay? I'm just like, girl legit ate like a love seat and half a sofa and nothing happened to her. Okay? I'm just like, I'm sorry. The human body is way more resilient than we give it credit for. Okay? Period. End of damn story. The doctor trying to be all serious, like, well, it could really do this to your stomach over years. I'm like, so you're telling me that we can just casually eat the furniture for an extended period of time and we might just get a little constipation from it? Well, damn. I mean, obviously it has no nutrients. But, I mean, come on, right? It's like, oh my gosh. And please make an emoji for us with this sofa being. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Can you imagine? I can't remember what the other ones were. I know one person ate a laundry detergent or something weird like that. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, Jeffrey brings up a great point. I wonder if she ever stops self-reflect and sees how ultimately alcohol has destroyed everything in her life and took the life from George and the pain to all his loved ones. Probably not. I mean, this is one of the things that I'm always fascinated by, because I would probably venture to say probably not to the extent that we would think. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that she can publicly come out and act like, oh, I did it, whatever, for obvious, legal, like for the case or whatever. But I almost think that with Sarah, she lives in such a double, like a different reality. Like, it's like she's doubled down, like, no, this is this, like, and almost like this too, almost like like if you go back to Lori Daybell, whatever, if Lori, and so I'm kind of comparing Sarah to this too, if Lori stopped and said everything, it was like, oh my God, what have I done? Or whatever, like moved away from this narrative of like, oh, we're the chosen, all that. Then the only other option is, I've done this horrible thing. I've participated in killing my children and burying them in the back of this man's yard and these other people and whatnot. So it's almost like whether she believes it or not, she has to go with that. And I think the human brain would just adopt it. And I think Sarah's the same way. I also think that Sarah, and again, I'm not, a therapist or anything like that, whether it's narcissism or a sociopath or whatever those things are, right? If you've ever dealt with those people, and again, like my whole big thing with them always is I'm like, but do they really believe their own stuff? And we'll never know, right? But I think that's going on with Sarah, right? We'll never know. But like, I think there's a level of like, truly she believes that I didn't do this. And I'm battered wife syndrome. Like that's what we're going for, and so therefore that's reality. And so you can't tell her otherwise. You know what I'm saying? That she'll make that reality fit, looking around. But a normal person, I don't like using that word. So like, a person not living in her reality, like her lawyer, for example, would probably look at it and say, yeah, we can't use this defense because of ABC. But in Sarah's world, it's, well, no. She also probably, I would imagine, because if you look at the way she victimizes herself in the courtroom, and that's with like this whole scenario in Stone Cold Sober, imagine how she viewed herself in the relationship with, with George. You know what I mean? It's like, I think she probably authentically believes that she is some form of his victim and that she had to do this. And also, again, people like her, they're just used to being able to badger their way into what they want. And people get tired of it and let them go. And this is probably very weird to her that this hasn't gone away yet. Yeah, and Sari, hold on, Sari Godmother, I hope I'm saying that right, says, I think she really believes it was an accident, so she's not all responsible. I agree. I think that's a huge part of it, too, because she was so adamant. She was so adamant in that interview about that. With not intentional. I mean, I know it's funny at this point, but it's like literally like she was so adamant on that she could not grasp that didn't matter. But again, I think I said this in the video. I don't remember where I said it at this point. But here's the thing too. If you want to talk two different levels of intention, legal intention. And I don't know if this is true or not, but like just is this my sofa, whatever, speculation or sofa logic. He's in the suitcase. He is asking to be let out and saying he can't breathe. You walk past him and go upstairs and go to sleep. To me, legally, that right there was intentional. Someone is begging for help. You walk past them and leave them to their demise. You are intentionally, you see what I'm saying, like harming them. Let's not even get into the argument of how she got him in there and if she was abusing him and throwing him around in the suitcase, stuff like that. Just on the level of pretend that none of that happened. You walk around the corner on the street and someone is stuck in a suitcase. Help me, I can't breathe. Help me, I can't breathe. Let me out. And you laugh at them and walk past the suitcase and keep going on your way. And then they die. So to me, and again, I don't know if that comes into play or not. Now, here's the other thing. Do I think when she did that she walked upstairs and said, that's right, I'm going to get him back. He's going to die from that? No, I do not think that she meant it in that way. Right? I think that this was just, like I said, this could have been Tuesday at 2:00 in the afternoon in that household. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have just been whatever. Please hold. I don't think that she thought he was going to die from it. I think she thought she was going to mess with him. And then she went upstairs and probably just sat down. She probably was like this. I can see her being like, I'm going to go upstairs and just sit down for a minute and let him really sort this out. And then 10 hours later, she wakes up. So it's like, but I didn't mean to, you know what I'm saying? Like, so she's legitimately probably like, I didn't mean to. And it's like, with that, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, I mean, once you start breaking out, this is what will be legally interesting about this case. Yeah, okay, so yeah, she just went upstairs and passed out. Hold on. Jeffrey says, theory is they're fighting made her tell him the neighbors were calling the cops, so she convinced him to hide in the suitcase. Ooh, that's a good one. Because remember how the last one, where she was like, they found him hiding in the bathtub? Yeah, see, everybody's talking about that. Yeah, it's like that she couldn't grasp that it doesn't matter that you didn't mean to, it still happened. Gabby says she woke up and scrolled through her phone for 30. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Kind of Joy's family sue for. I wonder if they could have they done that. Does anybody know? Has his family tried to sue for wrongful death? Because the way that she interacted with the cops on all the videos I've seen so far, I mean, it's like, can you imagine then going to, pardon me, deal with that on a regular basis if you were in the cops like and she was on your beat? Oh, Mad Cat says, I heard his phone was with him in the suitcase. It's like vehicular homicide. You may not have meant to kill someone, but yeah. You know what it does is come after the murder. Okay, yeah. So some of these like little legal aspects of it, but again, with these trials and whatnot, that's usually one of the aspects is, you know, pretty interesting about it from like a technical standpoint, at least to me. I know he should calling the police more often. And this is the thing too. I'm very interested. I'm very interested to see what the neighbors say. Very interested to hear what they say. Like just in regard to like, oh my God, you know, because you know it's probably been nice and quiet around that little neighborhood ever since then. And they're just happy, like, oh, thank God she's gone. You know, I mean, because this has been I mean, when I say this is the craziest case I've ever seen, what I mean from that is just the things that have taken place in it. And I'm not talking about the act of the crime, because there's other ones like, what's his name, Daryl Brooks and all that, like just over the top, and his actions were way more just like blah, theatrical and whatnot. But like seeing the judge make her go pro se, all that type of stuff, I'm like, this is wild. And then the lawyers coming in at the last minute and doing all this like this, I'm just like, this is crazy stuff. Not to mention it, oh my God. Okay, wait, hold on. Lori Reese analyzed an interview with the next door neighbor on her channel. Oh my God. I'll have to look at that. Brown Eye Girl, thank you. Sarah's coming out. George always crying. What makes me wonder what else she did to. Oh, I know. There's no telling. Now, so I'm going to say this and we're going to kind of close it out because I got to go to bed. I got to get up super early. Obviously, I'm sitting here yawning, but the yawning has stopped. I got my water and my caffeine. Now it's like, oh, gotta go to bed, but whatever. I'm dying to know if they're gonna put her on the stand, because I legit feel like she's the type defendant that is going to insist on getting up there and telling her side of the story, and you can't tell her otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Especially after that Robert Tellis thing where he did that. I forget what the technical term is, where it's like you can just get up there and tell your story. I started looking at that, and I got like maybe 10 minutes into it, and I was like, this cringe, not even knowing all the details of the case yet, right? Just like, let's just watch his testimony. I was like, the cringe on this is insane. Okay. God forbid she even gets an inkling that she can do that. Okay, yeah. Dubel said testimony by narrative. Yeah, that sounds like it. If she can get up there and talk to the damn jury, y'all, it's gonna be absolutely over the top. Yeah, and, oh no, and Jay Marie says, but then she can be cross-examined. Yeah. She only mentions her son when when she knows it'll work. Whether she tries it with the cops, she finally gets. Then that's it. There we go. Can you imagine? Okay, at the end of the day, I mean, obviously the kid's not, the child's not with her now or whatever. Imagine dealing with that as your mother. Like, just the behavior that we saw with George. I mean, obviously George, but before she killed him. With the cops, with George, all that. Imagine that's going on and just yuck. Yeah, Danielle, I would love to hear the prosecution cross-examine her too. Leslie says if she gives open testimony or narrative testimony, it's going to be open bar for all of us. Literally, we'll have to all just agree to go to whatever our local bar is or something and be on our phones just to get through it, because it's going to be insane. I mean, honestly, I think people would literally gather around like it's a damn sports game. No sidebar, just an open bar, literally. Hell, we might see the damn judge down there, too. Regional watch parties, I like that, Colette. Brought to you by Beer. Can you imagine? I feel like we're almost living in those times where something like this would be sponsored by Mad Dog 4040 or 2020, whatever it's called, Barefoot. I mean, literally. I was watching something, and it might have even been, it could have been this right here, but I'm also thinking of TikTok. But I think it might, I don't know what it was, but literally everyone in the comment section is talking about, that's red wine talking right there. That's red wine. It's such a specific drunk. You know what I'm saying? That's a red wine situation going on right there. Boone's Farm. Yeah, Boone's Farm would really have to step up to the plate, right? They really would. The other thing, too, will be interesting is hear what the jury has to say after the fact. Because, again, here's the thing. It's not that, I mean, I get that, the jury needs to think a certain thing of you. She's just not likable. It's her mannerisms. It's what she does. It's she can't help it, right? Oh, God. So, Emily, my first drunk was gin. But I'm not talking fancy gin. I'm talking gin, stolen from parents, taking that orange, the puree that you get in the freezer, like at the grocery store, taking that, mixing it with sticks outside in a little cup level. Okay, that's that country drunk. So bad. Oh my God. Ugh, I can taste it. I can smell that now. I can literally smell it. Literally call it sticks. One of my friends what was it? Her parents were having a party something like that. We went there and like we got out and we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? We're like, oh wait, we have to stir it. We have to stir it. We didn't even think. So we used a stick. You know what I'm saying? It was like we didn't like actual sticks. Like you pick them off the ground. It was real good. Class. Oh my gosh. Oh. Zima. Oh my God, Zima. I had many a night on Zima. I thought Zima, I don't even know if they made that anymore. But that first, and I'm talking like years ago or whatever, I thought that was Fancy Pants. You know what I mean? I was like, that's Zima. It's clear. It's in a fancy bottle. It looks like ass. Yeah, Zima was good. I mean, it was good. It's still in Japan. Okay, yeah. I mean, that was good. Zima Mary says, ugh. Hey, Veronica says tequila fancy, but oh yeah, tequila's hardcore. Yeah, I can't. Zima with a Jolly Rancher, I bet that would be good. Mud shots. I barfed on I think we've all barfed on Mad Dog. Oh, God. Mad Dog, Boone's Farm, Wild Irish Rose, Strawberry Wine. Oh, Peach Schnapps, Mimi. Oh, my God. Those were good. Peppermint Smirnoff. Please. I woke up on the lawn. Tequila makes your clothes come off right. Boone and Fireball and hot. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, Four Loko. Oh, my God. Hey, Nancy. Mad Dog and Zima. Oh, my God. I can't imagine. Oh, an entire bottle of champagne. Oh, thanks, Bren. Mama Schmidt is like, hey, let's go. Mama Schmidt's like, I've been cooling off a Zima over here. I never had Mad Dog. I had TJ's. I haven't had TJ's one. Cold Dog. Oh, it's so fun. It's so funny to hear. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Oh my God. Another one of my most horrific drinking memories was, I don't know what kind, because I didn't make them. But it had to have been the most bottom shelf vodka, and they made vodka shots with them, or I'm sorry, Jello shots with them. The sickest. I probably needed to have my stomach pumped. If I didn't have youth on my side, like if I did that today, I mean, one of them would put me over the edge, right? 100% call 911. Call 911. Even they were like, you could technically not get your stomach pumped or charcoaled. I'd be like, do it. You know what I'm saying? Worst memory of drinking ever. Oh, Everclear Jello shot. You don't really realize it with the Jello shots. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I almost lost a job too over Jello shots. Probably a lot of us have almost lost a job over some damn Jello shots. So there is this place called George's Alibi in Fort Lauderdale, and they would do that. It might still be, I don't know, but they would do this Long Island iced tea special on Thursday nights, and I don't remember what these were back then, but I mean, literally, y'all would be like $2, something like that. Well, of course, it's like $2 Long Island, maybe it was even 4 or 5. I don't know what it was. It's like cheap, right? And y'all, there's a reason it's the special and they're that cheap. Oh my God. I cannot. I just remember that. And they were blue. It was like everybody would learn that lesson at that place. Like you don't drink. Like if you're on vacation, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, great, let's go to the bar. Oh, y'all, it's terrible. Regular Long Islands are good. Tequila sunrises used to be my thing too. Thank you, Rob. Rob says, Lord, Calvert, and hot damn. We used to call it Lord with an attitude. I love it. Drinking for the tray, let the tray itself and all this. The shot the tray. Yeah, me. I never had a mind eraser. That's the thing with like alcohols. I mean, I might have like a beer or a mixed drink once every quarter, a few months, or like I rarely would drink or do anything like that anymore. I can't like process it. Purple Jesus. No, that sounds familiar. You see, that's my thing. Like, I would just fall asleep instantly. It just makes me instantly tired. Bayside mom, I feel that Bayside mom 100%. That's the thing too. Like once we like start growing up and getting older and all that kind of stuff, we get on all these medications, and it's like, sure, would love to, can't. Okay. Okay. Well, speaking on all that, now that we've done all the drinking talk, now I've drunk myself tired. So I have to go to bed. I have to get up early. So this is fun. I always like how our conversations like go from true crime to like some random conversation, like what we threw up on first from drinking. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely love that. So I appreciate y'all hanging out and going over all the motions. So the video on that will be in the main channel tomorrow morning on one of those motions, the big one. And that's it. We'll just keep on keeping on. Keep on following all the little cases here. So thank y'all for hanging out. Thank you, Emily, for making everything happen. I do appreciate it. Thank y'all for putting up with the aggressive Nightbot. Nightbot was very mean, but it clearly I got some of it ironed out now, so we'll get some little things going with it and it'll be cool. So, but anyways, that's it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I will talk to you. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all this. So this is very, what do you call it? Like maybe possible kind of a thing, but Saturday night, we might be doing a live chat on the main channel, and you'll know why in the moment of it. And we'll do a members chat right before that live chat. But that'll be official. We'll know officially Saturday morning, and I'll update everybody where it needs to be updated. And that is it, darlings. I love y'all. I'll talk to you later. Alligators. After a while, crocodiles.